The United States just attacked Venezuela's capital.
We've seen it live on TV, but the question is, was Maduro's capture staged? Let's dive in. As you know, the president of Venezuela, Nicolas Maduro, was captured recently by America's expert team, and he was taken off the country and was brought to America. A few hours later, we started to see images circulating that they've released of his capture and his wife, and we started to see more images and then videos, and it looks really good for TV and drama. The question is, what was the real motive behind it? Scott Ritter, a former US Marine intelligence officer, and he played a role as a UN weapon inspector in Iraq during the 1990s, explained.
President's in the business of shaping perceptions. And that's exactly what he's going to do. He's going to spend this as a great win for American national security, because we have eliminated, one of the main sources of the illegal flow of narcotics to the United States. Now, this is, of course, a lie. Venezuela is not the main source. Colombia, Mexico, they come from a lot of places.
President Trump is right that America has a drug problem. He is also right that a lot of drugs may be entering the American shores. But the question is, where are they coming from?
Venezuela has been very bad, both in terms of drugs and sending some of the worst criminals anywhere in the world into our country. Opened up prisons, drug dealers, drug lords, everything coming out of Venezuela, they send, and we said, we're not going to put up with it anymore.
Yes, there's been a lot of drugs problem all around the world, and America is not unique. But the question is, if the United States have a drug problem, how do you fix the problem? Well, Scott Ritter seems to explain the way America chose to fix the problem. Watch this.
To be told things and believe things, as long as we're not prompted to dig too deeply into the issues, like drugs. We're told we have a drug problem. We do have a drug problem. We're told that we have a fentanyl problem. I think the statistics prove that. But then they say that Venezuela is the source of this, and getting rid of Maduro will go a long way to resolving this. That's a lie. It's not going to resolve anything. But what the president did here is he created a made-for-TV narrative. We went in and we got the bad guy, and it looked very easy because, of course, we're the strongest nation in the world under Donald Trump, and we don't want to dig into how this was so easy, how the CIA probably paid hundreds of millions of dollars directly or indirectly to the political elite, including the military and security forces of Venezuela, to step aside and let us do this staged event. Because this was a staged event. You don't go in with 2 troops of Delta Force into a hostile capital city and launch an assault of this nature unless everything was cleared in advance. That's the quickest way to lose 35 Delta troops. No, they went in. It was cleared hot to go in. It was a permissive environment. They got their made-for-TV moment, and then they left. And Donald Trump's going to build on that. But I think what you're going to see is that we have, over the course of the past several months, exploited both the sanctions and the possibility of lifting sanctions and the reality of the oil, of the money that's attached to the flow of oil, and we bought out the political and economic elite of Venezuela, including those who just a week ago were saying that they're standing with Maduro for life. Well, apparently they have a price, and that price was paid, and we own them, and we own Venezuela now, I think.
So Scott Ritter was essentially saying that everything was already organized, people were paid, the army perhaps colluded with the Americans, and therefore a country that vast with a lot of military personnel, no way American troops would have gone in. It flatly contradicts what Donald Trump was saying, that it was a sophisticated mission. No other country in the world would have been able to pull something off like that. And the question is, and I want you to sound this off in the comment section so we can have a discussion and a debate. Do you believe that what took place was staged in terms of TV optics and it looks good on TV. A kind of a humiliation, some would argue, that it displays the strongman Maduro on TV, and we want the world to see how America is good and we're able to go in and get anyone, perhaps even sending signals to other countries and intimidating other countries. So therefore there's a production staging of the display to portray a certain narrative, not staged in the sense that it is not genuine and it is fake and real and Maduro wasn't captured, but staged as Scott Ritter explains. If you think that's the case, write your comments below and let's have a discussion about this. So I'd like to thank you very much for your time, and I shall see you on the other topic.